Here it is, guys. Step 2 of 3 in order to get what we really want out of our communication, to inspire others to action, to ultimately live the life of their dreams. And in so, as Zig Ziglar said, if we help enough people get what they want, we will get what we want. And so step 2 in that process, if you're step 1, you may have seen that already. I put that out the other day. Let me know if you haven't seen it and I'll put a link to it. But for step 2, it is this: the ability to create clear outcomes for ourselves and for others, to set an agenda. Here's what's going to happen today. Here what you can expect. And so that clear outcome for where you're going will ultimately help people with that buy-in. And one of the things for me, when I go in front of a room, this presentation that I'm going to do, I'm the only one that's prepared. I'm the only one that knows what's going to happen. And if you're in a influence situation where you're asking questions of somebody and you've got a desired outcome, you can have certainty, because you are going to set up the conversation where you can have frame control. So there's specific questions you're going to ask, but before we even get into the nitty-gritty and the tactics, you need to know that you are setting a clear outcome for what's going to happen in this situation. And so what that looks like, before you ever even engage with a person, you have this sense of certainty. You turn yourself on. Your feeling of certainty, your belief is so strong in yourself, in your product, in your service, in your mission, in God, the universe. You have this sense of certainty where you have this absolute, this center of gravity within you, and your certainty is so strong, it overcomes their doubt. And so there's 2 pieces of that there. What do you do to create certainty within yourself? And also, what do we do to take away somebody's certainty? Yes, sometimes we need to ask questions in a way where we make people doubt their current process. We doubt if they're doing the next best thing, or could there be a better way to do it, or are they making mistakes? Are they missing out on something in their life? So we have questions that create doubt, take away their certainty. It loosens their hold on their reality. We get them to chunk up, if you will, and then we have centered gravity within ourselves, and that creates a vacuum where people want to feel safe and secure, especially about buying decisions or about their future, and they feel like your product or service can bridge the gap between where they are and where they want to be. They will ultimately say, yes, give me more, or they will be at least open to the idea. So before we ever even engage with another human being, we need to be clear about where we want to take people, but before we need to know, before we're clear about the action we want people to take, about what we want them to do, we need to clear about what we want them to think and feel. So we have clear outcomes for ourselves, clear outcomes for our clients, for the people we're trying to influence, and we are clear about what we want them to think about themselves, about the current situation, about us, about life, about business, about people, about money, about their future, about whatever it is. What do you want them, what thoughts do you want to come up for them? What clear intentions do you have for the thought process? What questions can you have to maybe create a little doubt in their minds? What feelings do you want them to have about what they're currently doing? And ultimately, what actions do you want them to take? So be clear. When 2 people meet, the person that is most clear and certainty will influence the other person in some way. So we need to be absolutely clear about who we are, what we want, what we're doing, what we want people to think and feel and do. And if you are prepared and you realize that certainty has got to be so strong that it overcomes their doubt, and your questions have been set up in a way to increase doubt in them and increase certainty in you, you set the game up to win before you ever even engage with another human being. That's step 2. Step 3 is on the way.